Yes, that is the Cardinal Marching Band from Bishop Girton High School performing Shipping Up to Boston.
That's right.
And that sounds very familiar to our next guest.
It does. In fact, in his requirement to appear on our show today,
requirement.
he had to have a marching band. So, ladies and gentlemen,
No.
Sean Hannity, marching band.
I actually looked out my window 2 days in a row now. They're amazing.
They are great.
But they...
We're all staying in this building.
I go to bed 2 hours prior, and I'm like hearing, hello, good morning.
They started practicing at
That's it.
like 4:30 this
Oh,
morning.
yeah, I know, I heard.
Well, I know when you went off the air last night at 10 o'clock, they did not have a winner yet.
They did not.
In the 11 o'clock hour, they declared it was Bernie Sanders. What's your headline about what we have seen happen over the last 48 hours?
There's a lot of stories coming out of here. You know, Governor Sununu made a really good point. I was talking to him off air. Joe Biden left this state. A terrible fifth-place finish. But that's not how you treat people. Just like the way he spoke to that young girl. What is the
Lion dog...
Pony soldier, whatever that is. And I thought that was terrible. He should have thanked the people of New Hampshire, even though he came in fifth place. That was a big mistake. I think he's in really serious trouble now.
Governor said he should thank all those firefighters that went door to door, knocking on people's
Trying to help him win. He didn't win. Okay, you have to be a good loser sometimes. But I think it was a big mistake. Look, the biggest winner, look at the number of people that showed up for Donald J. Trump. Same thing happened in Iowa. It was even bigger here in New Hampshire. That's a big win. I think the other story is, okay, Bernie is now the front runner. Buttigieg and Klobuchar had you have to say she was a winner in yesterday's primary for sure.
After a good debate on
Friday. It was a very good debate. And I would say coming out of all of this, there's such chaos, disarray in the Democratic Party and Democratic ranks. And there will be another attempt probably to stop Bernie Sanders. This is going to get very ugly very fast.
And we're just going to sit back and watch these candidates with dramatically different philosophies tear each other apart.
Oh, well, I think you still have, it's okay, the really extreme version of radical socialism or radical socialism. It's, and going up against the president. The other big loser yesterday was Michael Bloomberg.
Why?
Oh, look at the comments.
You mean because his comments got not for the results?
It's not stop and frisk. It's the way, the things that he said and the way that he said it. We put only cops on minority neighborhoods. We only arrest minority kids for...
Throw them against the wall.
Throw them against the wall. It's not like he said we put some. He said all. And he kept saying all. I think words mean something when you say, oh, we're just going to send, that's where all the crime is. That's where we're going to send all of our cops. We're going to throw those kids up against the wall. We're only going to arrest minority kids. That is not going to go over well because you got a coalition in the Democratic Party, and the African-American base is a big part of that. The other news, if you want to look on the converse side of that, there's been 10 polls now that have come out that show Donald Trump, the president, surging among African Americans, Hispanic Americans, all the record low unemployment numbers we have, coupled with, he took on disparate sentencing, which was real, and criminal justice reform. I think it's a big issue.
As a conservative, which opponent on the Democratic side would you be most concerned about?
If I was Donald Trump, I'd take any of them. I think
he's going to be fine.
I think so. Look, the hard part for anybody, and this is why nobody should ever be complacent, is if you're a Republican and you're running for president, you have to run the table. You have to win North Carolina, you have to win Florida, you have to win Ohio for sure, and then you have to pick off Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, or Michigan.
Right.
Do I think, as of today, with the economic numbers as they are, beating back the caliphate, getting Baghdadi and associates, taking out Soleimani, the economy, energy independence. He made so many promises and he kept them, the largest tax cuts ever, the biggest slashing of the bureaucracy, nearly 8 million new jobs, 8 million fewer Americans on food stamps. And when Americans get to compare and contrast, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? I think Donald Trump wins.
One of the exit poll questions was, what's the most important issue, aside from actual issues like healthcare and stuff like that? It was who the Democrat they want to nominate is the one who can beat Donald Trump. And last night I was at the Bernie rally, and people were wearing the...
I saw you with Kevin Costner the other... I didn't know Kevin Costner lived here.
No, he didn't.
Came
Mayor
in,
Pete,
especially to support Mayor Pete.
Yeah.
Anyway, everybody's wearing, regardless of the campaign, they're wearing, we can beat Donald Trump.
That's a big problem. If your whole campaign, the Democrats for 3 years, I'll ask the people at home. Good morning, by the way. It's very early for me. Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? I think on every measure we are. Secondly, what have the Democrats done to make us more safe, more secure, create a job, prosperity? You know, at some point, hating Donald Trump is not an agenda that I think is going to resonate in the country.
So if you're looking at, from the president's side, his weakness perhaps is the #1 issue according to the exit polls, and that's health care. Prescription drugs is they could almost agree on some type of bipartisan thing. If you're the president, do you push for that prescription drug
I would.
plan
Well, the president said he would.
months?
Also talked about pre-existing conditions. One thing that infuriated me about the Republican Party is after Obamacare was passed, they had 65 separate show votes. Oh, we're going to repeal and replace it. Then when they had a president that would have signed the bill, they weren't prepared, they weren't ready. And then when it meant something, even 7 senators 2 years prior had voted straight repeal, and they didn't even stand by where they were when it meant something. So they better be prepared. There are great solutions. You got healthcare savings accounts, healthcare cooperatives.
Right.
It's
got to be something we all understand.
And
Real quick,
pre-existing conditions, and you're right about drug prices.
I do have some news that I believe you can confirm. This is the best the Hannity show has ever done. You're the #1 show in all of cable, and you just pulled off your best week ever, 4.9 million viewers.
That's low. I'm failing.
I heard 7.8.
What does that feel like?
I'm going to answer your question because we've been #1 a few years. The people that watch us, they give us this opportunity. I don't take myself really that seriously. I think you guys all know me pretty well, but I take what I do seriously. We live in an unbelievable age where it's like there's an informational crisis in this country. We've been here from day one.
Right.
And I will tell you, we now have, between the New York Times, Washington Post, 2 fake news cable channels, and all the broadcast channels, activists trying to take down a president. There was 100% positive coverage for the Schiff Show, and Gerald Nadler, and 95% negative for the president. That's how abusively biased and corrupt they are. And the president is right. He's been up against Democrats that hate him, want to destroy him, and I call it the media mob. They hate him. It's such a disservice to the American people. But to answer your question, for us, it's an honor that we get to give news and information that they can't get elsewhere.
People appreciate it.
Exit question.
Exit question.
Are you going to add a marching band to your show?
No, but I'm going to send. There is a guy behind the scenes, America. His name is Gavin. I want everyone to go write Fox and Friends, whatever it is.com. Write Gavin. 5 o'clock in the morning. You're killing me.
Marching band practice?
They have to practice.
By the way, the kids were great. I went out, I saw them. They're wonderful.
Sean, we know where he
by the way,
You can send a marching band to his house.
Last thing I'll say about radio. You guys have been now for years and years and years the #1 morning show.
Thank you.
By